Hi guys, and welcome to the weekly edition of Bellrock Views. Welcome from my home country Bulgaria. I'm going to be here for the next weeks and I'm going to trade from here. So that's why I have a different location right now. So let's go ahead and check some of the indexes and what happened last week. So let's start with SPY. Last week, guys, as you know, we had a little bit of news and earnings, which were very important for the markets, especially for the tech sector. So we see some upside, and also the SPY was holding very well that breakout here. So we saw a little bit of a consolidation right here above the 9 and 20 moving average. And after that, right now, it's trying to make another breakout. This would be the 328, and if we break that level, we're going to reach probably the 339 level, which is also the all-time high. If this happens, we may see, of course, new highs, and therefore I'm still bullish in this market as long as we are holding support here, and especially the 200 moving average. I'm bullish. I'm looking only for long, and as some of you already know, most of my setups are in the tech sector with strong growth stocks, so I am not going to look for any shorts at the moment. As long as we hold that levels or on SPY, we are good to go, and we should continue to look for some long setups. Of course, we have to be a little bit patient here because we already made a huge move right here from the crash as the coronavirus occurred. So we have to be careful after that huge move with two big positions on the long side. But if there are good setups with some risk reward, good scenarios, we should take advantage of those. So let's take a look at the Qs, which is my favorite index and ETF to trade, as you know. So the Qs has been very strong and it just continues its way on the upside. It tried to pull back a little bit last week. We saw right here just a tiny pullback, but it's holding very well. You see that here, guys. This is exactly the support area. This is the breakout area right here. And after that breakout, it tried 2 times to touch that area and to consolidate a little bit right here, but it couldn't break below. And as you can see, we saw here a little bit of consolidation, and after that, after the big earnings on Amazon, Apple, we saw a huge gap up right here, and we're holding those levels. I think that we are going to see next week a little bit more on the upside. We are going to probably to test those all-time highs, which is the 269 and 79 area. And if this happens, we might see another breakout and another all-time high right here. Therefore, also on the Qs, I am bullish. I continue to look for long setups in the tech sector, which is my favorite sector still. We have seen a lot of huge, great moves on the upside, so I am keeping eye on that sector. And if you guys want my watch list, you already know sylviabellrock.com. You can subscribe. It's free. And I'm sharing with you my top 3 stocks which I'm watching for the next week. I am doing fundamental and technical analysis, and therefore you should have there some great stocks with huge move potential on the upside. We have seen a lot of stocks with a lot of potential, so don't miss the watch list. It's free. Try to learn something new and subscribe if you want. So speaking of that, of course, I have started a little bit of, I bought some calls right here, which are a little bit of long-term calls. They are expiring in January. So I hope to see also on the Qs a little bit of upside, and I'm holding my calls. If we start to break those area here and maybe this area, which is the next support level 236, then I would be probably starting to hedge or rethink how I'm going to manage my positions. But as long as we are holding those areas here, I am holding my positions, looking for some new setups. If we see some good setups with some good risk reward scenarios, I am going to trade them. So speaking of another index is IWM. IWM is not one of my favorite ETFs to trade, but like you probably already know, I'm just looking at it, doing my analysis on the three of those ETFs. So IWM is being also bullish. It's consolidating a little bit more right here and in that area, which is the 145 and 46 area. And we haven't seen a huge move since the last 2 weeks. So if you see here, we broke out of that 145 and 46, which was the resistance area. We broke out, but since that breakout, it's not like a huge breakout. So it's consolidating a little bit here, and especially guys, for new traders, it's very hard to make any directional trades if you have that sideways market right here. So you have to always be careful. What are you trading and what market are you currently in? Which sector is hot right now and where are the bigger money flowing to? Is that the tech sector? Is it maybe some other sector? And like I said, of course, the market cycle, because if we have very strong trending market cycle, it's much easier for directional trades rather than if we have that sideways market cycle, which makes it a little bit difficult to make some trades to the upside or to the downside. Especially if you're day trading, guys, a lot of you are day trading. Be careful not to get chopped out here, because it's very easy to get chopped out here, to get stopped out, and of course get frustrated, and then you would start wondering why is this happening, and would probably not even realize that this is because of the market cycle and not because of the strategy which you are using. So like I said, guys, last week was a very, very important week because of the Fed, because of those stocks which released earnings like Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and we saw a positive reaction to that earnings. We saw a little bit of gap up and some moves to the upside, which is great. So we are still bullish here. Of course, we still have to remain a little bit cautious because we reached on every ETF, on every index, we reach some overextended level. We cannot build heavily long positions, but as long as we have limited risks and as long as we have some good setups, we can of course trade them. So speaking of the earnings, guys, let's take a look what earnings are upcoming next week. So next week we have, of course, also some important earnings. CHGG is releasing. This is stuff which I was trading in the past. I would keep an eye on that one, of course, as well. Beyond Meat would be releasing on Tuesday, which is also a very good stock and very volatile stock to trade. Twilio, which I was also trading a lot. Win, NKLA, as we see here. And on Wednesday, we would have Wayfair, Etsy. Those are all stocks which were on my watch list. So we should definitely keep an eye on those and on the reaction to the earnings. And if we see that those stocks are pulling back to some support levels, we should maybe rethink to start building there some positions. Some of you are following me on Twitter, so you might realize when I am looking closely at stock or going into any position, just keep an eye on that earnings here, what is going on. And on Thursday we have here Dropbox, Uber. Those are not stocks which I'm looking, but I would just keep an eye on those. Fortinet, which I was trading a lot in the past, it's a very great stock, made some really good money on that stock. So I will keep an eye on that one. I hope that we get some good setups here and maybe hopefully some pullback to the support area where we can start just a new position right there. On Friday we have also some earnings which are, in my opinion, not very important, but as you can see there would be some busy week as well. Oh, I forgot IFE. This is also a stock which I was trading a lot, also made some good profits on that. Of course, I would watch this one as well. How would be the earnings, how the investors would react to the earnings. And based on that, I might start a position if we see some good setups and if we see a pullback. Of course, if those stocks which I am watching are gapping up, it would be hard to make any trades because the risk reward would be very low and we would not get any good setups right there. But I am keeping an eye on that and would see how everything would develop. So that was it, guys. Like I said, I'm still bullish on everything. I'm looking for some good risk reward setups, and as long as I see something, I'm going to trade it. As long as we stay above support areas, I am still bullish, but I'm not going too heavily or too aggressive into any long positions because it's very hard right now after those extended levels. So stay safe, guys. Don't overtrade. If you are not sure if that you should take any trade, just watch the market, focus on your process and on your experience which you would need, and watch time with the market, and don't overtrade. Just take your time. It takes a long time until you get to some level. Have a great weekend and a great week. See you soon, guys. Bye.